Good afternoon. My name is Musa Shuaib, and I'm just going to start presenting my diagrams for the SplitSmart app. So first is the class diagram, and we have a few entities, a few classes like expense, balance, and group, and they're all connected to the user class who can do a bunch of things. He can create expenses or groups, and when you create these expenses, they will go to databases just to make sure that they're verified, or in the case of usernames, that they're not already taken. And then they'll go to a manager, and the manager has an attribute called valid. And if it's a valid action, it will approve it and set valid to true. And that's important because when you go to the display screen, it'll know whether to display the correct information or display an error. Then for one of my sequence diagrams, this is just showing the steps of creating a group. So again, like the class, you will create the object, it'll go to a database, and then the database will set valid to true, go to the task manager, and then from then on, we'll do the same thing with creating an expense. And then it'll go all the way to the display manager displaying success. Here's for managing balance. And there's a bit more tasks or instructions with balance. So you will select a group and you will also access a database. You can also select maybe a specific member whose balance you want to pay. And then you will still keep on going back to the task manager and getting valid statements so you can display something. Here's one of my state diagrams. It's just showing the different states of an account object. So maybe it'll be in the state of just the username screen because your username isn't working. So it can't be an offensive username. And also, if it reaches the database and there's already that username taken, you'll just go back to that username state. But then you can move on to the password state and then eventually just verifying your account. Here's the different states of balance. You can have empty balance, or you can have a filled balance. And there's different ways of reaching the end state. You can either just pay your total balance, or you can keep on selecting different members and clearing their balance until you get an empty balance. And then I think finally for the state diagram, here's just the different states of an expense object, where if you don't input the correct information, you'll just stay in that specific state. So with an invalid date, you wouldn't move past the date state. But then eventually you keep moving on and you'll get to a valid expense. And then you can have the option of displaying a receipt or not displaying a receipt, but either way, you'll finish. All right, that's it for my project. Thank you.